Okay, guys, I went around the internet and cruised around Twitter just for a laugh, and then, of course, I found this interesting thing that I just shocked me. Oh boy, this is not good. Not good at all.
Wait, you guys have no Szechuan sauce? No. I want Szechuan sauce! Where's my Szechuan sauce? I'm Pickle Rick! My beloved Dum Dum! I'm Pickle Rick! 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 I'm Pickle Rick! Rick! Rick!
What the heck? What? Did you guys see that guy?
Yeah, I got the whole video.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious.
Wow.
Okay, just because some Asian guy demanded Swanson sauce and he was saying that he was Pickle Rick doesn't mean he was an alt-right Nazi. What the hell's wrong with you people? In this article, I'll go ahead and read it out to you guys what they said in this article. So here we go.
First they came for the women scriptwriters, then they came for the McDonald's servers. It has been an ignominious few weeks for fans of Rick and Morty, an American animated sitcom about hyper-intelligent mid-scientist Rick Sanchez and his grandson Morty Smith, which has been shown on Cartoon Network's late-night slot Adult Swim since 2013. Though the show is only viewable to British fans on Netflix, recent viewing figures show it is the most popular television comedy among millennial viewers in the United States, thanks to its wacky storylines that combine Back to the Future with Beavis and Butthead. That popularity has come with several problems, however, which have caused even the show's creators to disavow some parts of the fan base for their behavior, which has been negatively equated with modern movements such as Gamergate and the alt-right.
Wait a minute. What?
First, a subsection of Rick and Morty fans, predominantly young Americans, suggested that a perceived decline in quality in the third and latest series correlated with the arrival of a range of new, female writers on the show, which previously had been written by men alone. Show creator Dan Harmon told Entertainment Weekly that these knobs want to protect the content they think they own, and somehow combine that with their need to be proud of something they have, which is often only their race or gender. A former employee of the show, who now moderates a large Rick and Morty Reddit community under the name Elastical Gomez, was compelled to slap down the more malignant elements of the fanbase, reminding them that plenty of women have been involved with the creation and production since the beginning of the show, in an impassioned post on the website. Ideas spread like viruses do, they told The Telegraph. If you get someone with a platform saying the quality of Rick and Morty is because of these people, It's going to spark that idea in other people. Elastical Gomez asked not to telegraph, not to publish their name for fear of being attacked and doxxed by the community they moderate. Then, last week, police were called to some branches of McDonald's as a planned one-day promotion to give away an ultra-rare Zekun-dipping sauce referenced in the television show backfired because of low stocks. Hardcore fans of the program, who had camped out and schlepped from city to city in order to get hold of the chicken nugget sauce, turned against McDonald's on social media and in person, forcing police to step in. Those who did manage to snag a portion of the ultra-rare sauce have profited. One woman in Wisconsin reportedly managed to swap a packet for a car. For observers, these two incidents of an online fan base turned nasty are and surprising, given the audience for the television program. It's the insularity and self-reinforcing nature of the group, and also one of these things where one of the characteristics of the online world is that you can, in many cases, be anonymous, explains Grant Blank of the Oxford Internet Institute. You can say a lot of things that you wouldn't ordinarily dare say if they were irreputable to you. This is one of the characteristics of online communities and encourages things like Gamergate to occur. Other academics also see parallels with Gamergate, which sparked into life in 2014 online. The misogynistic movement was ostensibly about ethics in game journalism, but quickly turned into a mob that revealed personal information almost exclusively about women working in the video game industry. There appears to be this exclusionary tendency based around gender. It's a boys' club, and girls can't come into our treehouse, which then overlooks fans who don't think that way, says Andrea Braithwaite of the Institute of Technology at the University of Ontario, who has written about Gamergate and geek masculinity. Fans of Rick and Morty like to refer to the show as being for smart people, which has caused a backlash, with numerous websites listing examples of fans defending its supposedly highbrow humor against those who dare to take pops at the program. The show is full of subtle subtext, but by the same token it also has a character called Mr. Poopy Butthole. When someone tells me they don't get Rick and Morty and they think it's just a dumb show, that immediately makes me think they lack the brain cells to understand this nihilistic masterpiece, said one fan. As one Twitter user put it, after years of pop culture entrenching the notion that smart people are e-holes, people act like e-holes to appear smart. There's this sense that some fans can better appreciate what it's doing on a deeper level than others, and this makes them better fans, says Braithwaite. People think of themselves as gatekeepers. This isn't a unique opinion in so-called fandoms. Dedicated fans establish a particular perspective on a show as the way to read a show, and other takes on it are poorly informed or miss the point, Braithwaite explains. But it does help explain quite how a positive, dedicated fan base can transform into a hate movement. The show exploded with popularity, says Elastical Gomez. When I was working on the show we all knew that it was going to be a hit, but we didn't know that it was going to be that popular that quickly. That increase in popularity, and the expansion of the fan base, resulted in a backlash. When things become widely known and popular it can feel like something that was once just special to you becomes less special, says Braithwaite. We see similar things playing out in all fandoms. When they go mainstream, there's this sense of loss. If everybody likes it, we're not special anymore. Even the fan base is divided, with self-celebratory posts on Reddit about the intellectual heft of the show becoming forums for heated debate about the inclusiveness of the community. You have the dynamics of a group where there's a lot of internal discussion and not much external contact, explains blank. It's a Frankenstein, says Elastical Gomez. In addition to the typical Rick and Morty fanbase doing their thing, you've got the anti-Rick and Morty fanbase, and that's gone on so long that you're getting the anti-Rick and Morty fanbase. It just frattles off forever. People on Twitter are forswearing the toxic elements of the fanbase which have alienated some from the show, negative traits which blank believes have been exacerbated by the internet. One of the characteristics of the online world is that you can in many cases be anonymous, blank says. You can say a lot of things that you wouldn't ordinarily dare say if they were attributable to you. Instead of being an ephemeral comment over beer one night, it becomes something that can be seen by tens of thousands of people and becomes a permanent record. Elastical Gomez and the team of moderators on Rick and Morty's online discussion boards are still tussling with how to transform their maligned and divided community into a more positive power. These fans are just so hungry for more engagement from this thing they love so much, they say. I hope we're able to root the enthusiasm into more healthy places. But to fix the problems with Rick and Morty's fanbase, Braithwaite reckons more fundamental reform is needed. We need to be better at dealing with difference, she says. That requires understanding that people who have different ideas than us, or are different to us, aren't bad, they're just different. There is a value in competing points of view about the same sort of thing.
Honestly, Chris Walker's article really does tend to upset people. But I can understand his argument is a little off because of the fact that he it seems like he wanted to condemn the fan base and try to scare them in some way. The fact that the way, based on the fact that what happened at McDonald's, because of some fans decided to go down there just to pick up some sauce, some specialized sauce for one day only, hoping to get some. But of course it ended up with disappointment. Look, I can understand you don't like the fan base because of the fact that a couple of bad eggs had ruined your day. And I can understand that. There's a lot of fan bases out there that tend to, surprise you with a lot of toxicity as you claim. But I can't really condemn the whole fan base based on the fact that one individual that is doing something that you don't like for example, selling drugs or stealing a car or getting arrested for, stuff like that. I used to remember back then, Pokemon had a problem. I used to remember people fighting over Pokemon cards. No joke. Back in the 90s, I remember hearing stories when I went to Toys R Us, kids were literally street fighting for Pokemon cards. That's how bad Pokemon fandom was back then. You don't believe me? Ask anyone who they could tell you what happens when they fight over Pokemon cards. No joke. You think that is you think that Rick and Morty is the only bad fandom there is in the world? Try Pokemon. Believe me, I used to remember back in the 90s, people were fighting over Pikachu card. No joke. A kid managed to steal a Pokemon card from another kid and ran. No joke. That's how bad the fan base was. and you think that that's bad? The My Little Pony fan base is pretty funny too. Especially their trolling. It's so funny. I just laugh when they do a phone call to a guy that we all know and love named Ghost. So it's kind of funny.
Jesus Christ! Let's 2, 3, 4 radio goddamn graffiti.
Oh, Ghost, you don't have to hide your feelings from me. Every time I listen to your voice, my horn gets so sharp.
Are you kidding? Who the hell is this? Who the hell is this? God damn it! God damn it, I'm getting infested by bronies! I'm getting infested by bronies! Damn it! I mean, I've actually got freaking My Little Pony characters calling me now. I got My Little Pony characters calling me now. I got My Little Pony characters. Jesus Christ! Everybody on the internets are gonna think I'm a freaking brony. I'm not a brony. I'm not a brony. God damn all of
Anyways, I can't really take Chris Walker's accusations seriously because really it's just conspiracy theory. That's all he's doing is just making up a conspiracy theory, exaggerating the issue and exaggerating the problems that are happening in the community. Sure, Reddit's a really bad place to go, but there's other forums that you can go to talk about your love of Rick and Morty or whatever fandom you're in. But anyways, guys, I gotta go. Catch you guys later. Bye. Leave your thoughts down below. Leave your comments down below if you don't like this video, or downvote this video. But I also like to listen to your feedback if you have anything to criticize about my videos. So catch you guys later. Bye-bye.